You're listening to the Silver Creek Dragons podcast, where we celebrate learning, leadership, and community. I'm your host, Dr. Chad Briggs, School Superintendent. Each episode, we'll share stories and updates about our students, staff, and programs that make Silver Creek such a special place to learn and grow. Thanks for tuning in. Today, we're taking a trip down the Yellow Brick Road with our high school's production of The Wizard of Oz. And I've got some very special guests with me here today, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves along with the role that they'll play here in our upcoming production.
Hi, I'm Alice Wade, and I'm playing Dorothy Gale in The Wizard of Oz.
Hi there, my name is Trevor Back, and I am playing Scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz.
I'm Sam Griffin. I'm playing Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz.
Hi, my name is William Flo, and I will be playing the Cowardly Lion in The Wizard of Oz.
Okay, wonderful. Hey, guys, welcome to the podcast. So why don't we talk a little bit about your upcoming role? You just told us what it was, but why don't you tell us what drew your interest to trying out? I'm assuming you had to audition for this role. So why don't you talk a little bit about what drew you to that role, and maybe a little bit about your experience of getting to that point to where you were given the approval?
Well, everyone said I looked like a lion, for starters. They said that your hair would fit the role, and a lot of people just said, you should be the lion. So I auditioned for the lion mainly, and then, I got the role after callbacks and everything, which the process for callbacks was pretty easy, at least than like my past, than like the past ones I've been at. And they had us sing King of the Forest for that, and I think I did a pretty good job because I got the role. But so it was a lot of just, you should do this, you should do that. So I auditioned for it.
So this isn't your first part.
No,
this isn't your first role.
I've been doing theater since the 8th grade. Not here. I've done it other places.
Sure.
But for the past few years, I've just done it here.
Yep.
So this is like my 4th year.
Your 4th year. Yeah.
So yeah, doing theater.
Okay. And I would assume there's some nervousness all the time going into an audition.
Especially even if I've known the song like for years, I still get nervous still. Even if it's like the whole table, I know all the people there.
Yeah.
They're my directors, choreographer. I know all of them. It's still so nerve-wracking to get up and sing in front of them, because it's hard to sing in front of people in general.
Right.
To just sing in front of people. So when you're doing it for a role that you really want, it makes it even harder.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. Typically, it's okay to be a little nervous because you care about your performance and it's important to you. So great. So let's move on.
I don't know. I think I walked in the role and I was like, I feel like I'm kind enough where I could kind of not so much act super, like, I don't know, just not act as much as I would have to do for a other type of role. But I quickly came to the conclusion that was not how that was going to work. But yeah, I just kind of walked in the role and I was like, I really like the Tin Man. I've always liked the Tin Man. I grew up on Wizard of Oz. It was one of the few shows that really got me into theater. So being able to go into a role that I've kind of always wanted, it was super nice to just, do it.
Well, I'm assuming there's some competition going into an audition. Obviously, you're not the only person. Obviously there's people who don't get it, but yeah.
We actually were up for both roles. We were up for Tin Man and Lion and went against each other for both.
Yeah, it was fun.
So it was a lot of fun doing that.
Well, I'm glad you guys were able to come together here today and do this podcast, so thank you. Let's move on.
Yeah, so with Scarecrow, I fell in love as soon as I even saw the movie or I read anything about his character at all, because I don't know why, but I love dumb characters. They are just so funny. And the idea of not having a brain has always just been it's been something that I've wanted to replicate. You know what I mean?
You wish you didn't have a brain?
Yeah, it's like watching Mean Girls, and there's Karen Smith, and she's hilarious because she's just so dumb. And whenever I saw Scarecrow without a brain, I thought it was just perfect. And I love playing a comedic character. I think it's so funny. And I also just love his lengthiness and I don't know if that makes sense.
No, I think that's right. Yeah.
He's so the physicality of Scarecrow is just so intricate, and it's so put together in a way that really represents the fact this is not a human. This is a scarecrow. And just his whole idea of a scarecrow that's not scary it's so sweet. And I think it's really cute, honestly. And it made me really fall in love with the character.
Well, and you being a scarecrow, I mean, you have to bring in some personality. So.
Yes, yeah. I have seen the original movie, and I interpret Scarecrow so differently than the movie. I give him a little bit of a voice. It's very nasally. It's kind of like this, and and it's I just feel like in the movie, he's too conscious. If he's not supposed to have a brain, I think he's very, very fluctuant, and he's very blunt, and he's very with his head, and he just speaks what comes to his mind that isn't there.
Yeah, without a brain,
said.
you never know. Yeah, you don't know what you're going to get.
Well done.
Okay, wonderful. And on to Dorothy.
Yeah, with Dorothy, I find it a lot. I feel like it would be easier to be Dorothy rather than the three, like Scarecrow, Lion, Tin Man, because like Dorothy's a real human and she has, I mean, obviously everyone has real experiences in the show, but Dorothy's like 12 years old, like she's a child, and she goes around Oz like finding all of these people that actually like represent people in her real life too. And it's like she just finds her mentors, and like she doesn't have any parents or anything, so it's perfect. It's just so nice that you can just see how she has all these people that are looking after her all the time, and it's just really comforting for the viewer, I think. Yeah, I mean, I just love her character. She can be a little, I myself reading the script so many times, I'm like, she's kind of annoying at this moment, but I mean, everyone could be like that. And it's just so nice. You can see how human she is, and I mean, yeah, and she's just so obsessed with her dog, and I think it's so sweet.
Well, I don't see you brought your dog today.
Oh,
so,
no, I did not.
Yeah, it's probably school rules.
Yes.
I'm not allowed to have that. Now, and you did say she didn't have any parents, and that's great. You meant that in a good way.
Yes, it's like, well, not that she doesn't have any parents, but it's good that she has those mentors when she lost what she originally had,
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So, so you get you go for the audition. You get the thumbs up that you've got the part. Now, talk to us a little bit about the time commitment. I'm sure that was several weeks ago. And you guys, so give our listeners an idea of what goes into the planning and the rehearsals. I know I see you guys here all hours of the evening. So just talk a little bit about, we'll just go around and you just have a conversation like you guys have been doing. But talk to us about the commitment and practice time.
I mean, obviously for auditions, it's about a week before the audition date that you get all your information and you have to pick a song. And for me, that's honestly one of the most stressful parts is picking a song, because there's so much out there and you don't know, like you want it to sound like the character song that you're auditioning for. Mm-hmm. And that's just the hard part for me. But then getting into rehearsals, it's just, the more it goes, the more like you're like so exhausted, but it's like it's worth it, because in the end everything just comes together and it's not so hard anymore because you've been practicing and practicing.
Yeah, and I feel like honestly, like we could honestly rehearse for 10 hours.
Exactly.
And I wouldn't even feel it because I just feel so connected with everybody around me.
Yes.
It's that adrenaline.
That's great.
Yeah,
it kind of like
honestly.
takes you out of yourself, and you're really just in the character.
Yeah, but you feel it afterwards for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I go home, take a bath, I'm good.
I remember rehearsal, at least for me, I do stuff there, but a lot of the stuff I did, like for character work, I do at home, because these are like iconic characters. Like even if I've met someone who like hasn't ever seen The Wizard of Oz, but they know the four friends. So I really wanted to do the role justice. So I spent a lot of time like watching videos of lions, and like I spent hours. One day I went to the zoo. I'm serious. I went to the zoo over fall break. I spent almost the whole day at the lions watching the
Oh
lions.
my goodness.
I see your peers had no idea of this
Hey, no,
preparation.
we had no idea.
I did too. So I spent the whole day watching that, and it was so cool to see. And that's how I found the voice. Originally, I was just copying Bert Lahr, but I found out how to really do it. Is I make my upper lip bigger and looser, because lions have a big upper lip.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, and I shake my head a bunch. So that's how I've always gotten into the voice and stuff. So a lot of the practice I did for character work was outside of stuff, just watching lines and like doing stuff with my voice to get it right. And I think I like to think I do it pretty good. Bertlar impression of the lion. You guys would maybe agree.
It's perfect.
Yeah, that's great. No, it's amazing.
Well, now you guys have the background, and if you see him on the side before he comes out, what he's doing, his little
I'm
pregame.
shaking my head. I do it backstage. I'll go, "Pura, pura, pura, oh, Panama, Panama," and I'll get into like the whole. I'll walk around with my hands down and everything. So it's. I love that voice so much. This is my favorite role I've ever done.
Go ahead. I'm gonna add to that.
Yeah, I don't know how I could beat that. I definitely probably did not put as much work into watching Tin Men because you don't really come across those too often.
Spend an hour in your shed just watching a sheet of metal.
But no, just the time commitment, being able to, I could, like Trevor said, I could rehearse for 10 hours and it'd be like, I wouldn't really notice because you're so into the character, and the time commitment is definitely staying there till 6:30 is just like going home. My mom will look at me and be like, "Are you okay?" I'm just peachy, and just I don't know. Being in that character is definitely it's fun, and it's a little bit challenging trying to stay as stiff as you possibly can because you can't really move if you're made of tin. So it's fun being part of that and restricting myself to certain things that I normally wouldn't. Going into day-to-day life, I wouldn't be walking around like I was a robot.
Like you always have your hand at a 90-degree
yeah,
angle.
no, I think it's definitely challenging, but it's also fun knowing that you putting so much time into it, you're able to look back at the progress you've already made, and yeah.
Well, you bring up an interesting point in that everyone else, their natural movement, but for your part, you're opposite of that. You have to, and when you do move, it is robotic like, and that in and of itself, not so much lines and things of that nature, but just your body movements are extremely important.
Yeah, the Tin Man and Scarecrow are definitely the two, like,
they're tricky.
You have to really think about what you're doing with your arms and legs.
It's been so fun to watch you guys develop like your physicality.
I loved watching because at the start you weren't like doing much
no,
tin, but like now you do like
moving.
With like the Mario, like you're like this and like that, and it's like fully. It looks really.
It looks amazing.
Yeah. I think there was a dance maybe when I was younger that robotic.
Yes.
The robot.
He does the robot on stage.
No, I don't.
He's not allowed
to. We fixed it.
Not anymore.
Oh,
They
he's
told
not
him
anymore.
not to.
Okay.
He did it like twice, and they were like,
Twice.
they said you can't do that anymore. You can't do the robot.
That's great. Okay, so first performance tomorrow evening.
Don't say that.
Sorry. Coming into this, I thought, hey, these guys, I want to get here early, talk you through it, but you guys didn't need any rehearsal at all. You guys are ready to go for this podcast.
It's almost like we're actors.
Almost.
Good one. So, what do you want to tell our listeners? This is your chance to pump up the show, and what do you want to tell everybody before the shows begin?
Ooh, guys, please come and see Wizard of Oz. It is such a beautiful show. It's so sweet. It's full of jokes and laughter, and it's also sentimental at moments.
Yes.
I mean, there's moments where I catch myself watching, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm tearing up because Dorothy is bawling her eyes out. And I mean, there's like a ton of funny moments, like with the Lion and the Tin Man and the Scarecrow. All of their introductions are just hilarious. And it's so cool to like watch each character talk about something that we would commonly see as just, our everyday life that they lack. And the end, just seeing them develop and grow together as friends is just such a beautiful plot line, in my opinion. And I think it's really sweet.
Great.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Come and see the show. It's definitely it's original. Like, if you can think of a childhood show, it'd be Wizard of Oz for me, at least.
I personally think we've really outdone ourselves here. Well, with the whole new space and everything, I think it's really motivating for everyone now that we just have so many new things and so many new opportunities. Well, with the fly system and everything, our temporary fly system.
Yes.
I'm so excited for the audience to see that. Cool. It's going to be amazing.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Anything else?
This show has a phenomenal cast. So if you do get the chance to come see it, you should stick around, because we do a thing where we'll meet
hi.
Come say hi to us. I'd love to meet new people. after a show.
Me too.
It's so much fun. So definitely come say hi to this cast. It's a phenomenal cast. I think that it's a pretty perfectly cast show, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's
Pretty
really,
good. Nice.
really good. So it's definitely worth seeing. It's this iconic story that if everyone knows, and if everyone doesn't know, they should at least. If anyone hasn't seen that old original movie, everyone should definitely watch that. So definitely come see the show. It's definitely worth. It's worth way more money that we're charging you for. So you're getting a lot for what are we charging for tickets?
don't know.
20,
I don't know, 15, I
15,
think.
15.
I think
It's
it's
worth
$15.
$100. So come see
It's
it.
priceless.
It's
Very nice.
priceless.
Very nice.
Priceless.
Hey, but before we go, so just thinking about the performing arts department as a whole, what would you say to younger students your age who aren't involved in these performances, and whether they're on stage or backstage? Do you have a 5-second pitch where you can say, why would someone want to come out and join you guys?
Really just get involved in whatever way you can, whether it's building the sets or even like just putting the sets on and off the stage, running the sound. You don't even have to perform if you have performance anxiety or anything. I have just found so many of my friends through this program and programs even in other schools. Just theater has made me find so many friends, and it's just wonderful.
Yeah, theater is definitely a team sport, and the community that you can find, whether it's in the phenomenal tech crew that spends hours of their time working on our sets or working together to put the show together, or in the cast and performing for an amazing audience and just with amazing fellow castmates, and just go out and do the thing, find your people, find your community. It's so beautiful how theater can bring people together. And I feel like if you're scared to do that, face those fears, honestly. Like, go out there and
Well
do
said.
it.
Well
Life's
said.
too short.
Yes.
Life's
There
too
you go.
short.
Life is short.
Yeah, to piggyback off both of them, performing on a stage is definitely a feeling that I never thought I'd be able to do. I always struggled with memorization and, going out on stage. If you would have told me my 6th grade year that I would have been able to be in a lead role, I would not have believed you. But, just being able to go out there and do whatever you want to do is, it's amazing. And, like Trevor said, it is a team sport, and every single character, ensemble, tech, it all matters. And it's amazing to see how every single little part fits together into such an amazing production that we can put on.
Yeah. Theater is an incredible art. It's such a beautiful art form. If you want to do it, don't let anything stop you. I remember my first show at Silver Creek. I didn't get a very big role. I was up for a callback. I had a couple of big chances, but I didn't get any of those big roles, and I was a little discouraged. I want to say, don't ever get discouraged. There's always going to be that role for you. Don't let because you didn't get the role that you wanted in this show, don't let that stop you from doing the next show or the next show, because there's always an opportunity here. I've met some of my best friends, they were some of my best friends before, but not like you. I met some of my best friends through theater, like with Crucible when we were the Johns.
We were
the Johns. I met my best friends. They're like a family to me. Theater, so I'd never leave. It's a wonderful.
That's
wonderful
great.
thing.
No, thank you very much for that. Well said by each of you. So, whether you grew up with the movie or you're seeing the performance for the first time, The Wizard of Oz offers something for all ages. Come out and enjoy the shows on November 7th, 8th, and 9th, and November 14th, 15th, and 16th. Tickets are available online. You guys have been absolutely amazing today. I can tell our listeners that these guys were very theatrical in here, no pun intended. But you guys have been a joy to talk to here today, and I can't wait to see your performances starting tomorrow.
For any updates, you guys can follow us on Instagram at Silver Creek Theater Arts. We post a ton of funny content with our cast members and also a ton of information about all of our productions.
Thanks for joining us on the Silver Creek Dragons podcast. I'm Dr. Chad Briggs, School Superintendent. Be sure to catch our next episode for more stories, updates, and school board highlights. Until then, take care and
Go Dragons!